How are you getting listings in 2025? Do you have a listing plan? Uh, consistent do you have consistent flow of listings that are coming through to you each and every week, every month? What are you doing to attract those listings? My name is Willie Miranda. I'm with Miranda Real Estate Group and the Ultimate Real Estate Success Blueprint. And today I wanted to share with you over the last year, but really the last 6 months, I've been doing a lot of 30-minute strategy calls, free strategy calls that I've been doing with agents here locally in the Capital District, but also throughout the country, and talking to them about what their hangups are, what their biggest challenges are, and what their biggest stucks are right now. And there's a lot of different ones that come out of these conversations, but the number one stuck or what they really want more of is consistency on getting more listings, right? That's what keep hearing over and over again. So over the last year, I put together some different strategies on how to get more listings. And today I want to give you a high level version or a view of what those strategies are. And also I'm going to give you some information on how to go even deeper with those so that you can get all the material and all the information that I've shared with so many different agents across the country. I just had a seminar that I did down in Florida. The feedback's been tremendous. I did it about 3 months ago. Had agents text me about how great the information that they were able to obtain, but also the ones that executed the information that we gave them, the ones that actually implemented what they learned, got results from that. And we have a lot of success stories that I can share with you for sure on this. But I wanted to bring this up and wanted to get it out to everyone because we've done a lot of live events. We've done a little small group events that we've had, obviously at our company. We've shared this as well. But now I'm going to get it out to everyone, get it out to all the agents because I feel that it's something that's needed in our industry for sure. And it's a way for you to really hone in on what you're doing because let's face it, you can get buyer leads pretty easy now. And I know a lot of agents work with buyers. Getting listings is a skill. Getting listings is a strategy that you have to have. And if you don't have the right strategy, you're not going to get those listings. So I guess the question today I would say is that, if I could only teach you 6 different things that would give you more listings, what would that be? What would those strategies be? And that's what I came with you today. And the strategies I'm going to talk about today, and I wrote some notes here. Number one is your database. I'm going to talk about that. Referral partners. Number two. Number three, social media. Number four, home seller workshops and seminars. Five, geographic farming and direct mail. Yes, direct mail still does work. And paid online seller leads. So I'm going to go through these pretty quickly and just kind of give you a high level today, but I'm going to give you information on how to get deeper on each and every one of those and how to be able to get copies of the material. And it's the same information that I gave out to people at these live events that I've been doing. And I know we just had a listing boot camp a few weeks back here locally. Again, a lot of success stories on that as well. And then at the end, I'm going to give you, at the end of that information workshop that I'm going to do for you, you're going to get a 90-day plan and actually break it down. Because that's one thing that I think a lot of agents do is that, we come on these webinars or we come on to these, different live events that we have, but the execution piece is that fails, right? It's that next piece, that next, implementation that doesn't get done. So we're going to talk about that. So let me start with number one here. Number one is your database. And why, what is that, first of all, right? Your database is the most important thing. That's your biggest asset in real estate. And unfortunately, so many agents don't take it serious. They don't have a business. And I just posted something the other day was a little, I think a little bit taken back a little bit by some agents because I said to them, like, if you don't have a database, you don't have a business. And a lot of agents depend on their brokers' free software that they give them as their database. And you don't own it, right? If you don't own it, you don't own a business, right? You don't have a business to own. And if your broker has it and you decide one day to leave, or if your broker decides to change course and go a different direction, all of those contacts and all of those relationships that you built over the years disappear, right? Same with your email. So your database is definitely very, very important. And why is it important? Because if you look at some of the top producers, and I've interviewed so many top producer, I've been in so many different rooms with top producers here over the last few years, you'll notice that every one of those top producers have a well-established database. Not only established database, but it really becomes 90 to almost 100% of their business is being generated from that database. And it's because they have it in one central location. And a lot of people will ask, what's involved? How do I get a database going? How do I get that started? What database should I use? And we break that down for you exactly what type of database you should have. And I'll give you the short answer to it. It's the one you're going to use every day. But we do give you some examples of what would be good for someone starting out, someone that likes a lot of tech, someone that doesn't like a lot of tech. So there is a little bit involved on research and getting that together. And then how do you do it, right? How do you sort and qualify those names into your database? How do you feed that database properly? So again, it's giving you what you need, which is repeat and referral business for a lifetime. And that's how we built our company up. Over 80% of our business comes from repeat and referral business. And a lot of it's because of the databases that we've been able to build over the years. So if you want the link right now, I'm going to give you to get all this information where you can actually see exactly what we do in our database, how we sort and qualify our database. I'll actually give you screenshots of what that looks like. You want to sign up for the event that we're going to be having on July 17th. That's going to be at 10 a.m. Where I'm actually going to break it down step by step right through of exactly what we do on that first section of the database. So you want to go to RE, and it's in the first link. It should be in the first link here, resuccessworkshop.com. Go on there, sign up, register. We'll send you a link to that webinar next week, and you'll be able to go on. And again, you're going to spend an hour, maybe an hour and a half of your time, but it could add hundreds of thousands of dollars to your business, not only in the short term, but also in the long term as well. All right, number 2 I had on here, referral partners. What is that? What does referral partners retain to, right, or relate to? And in your database, I mean, you have a list of all kinds of different people, right? Friends, family, past customers, etc. But having referral partners is so important because these are the people that are actually interacting with the clients that we want. And a lot of times prior to them even thinking about working with a real estate agent, right? And just to give you a couple, and I'll give you a whole list on that webinar. It could be an estate salesperson, or it could be a junk removal person, right? Having them in your database and feeding them and educating them on how you work, and letting them know not only who you are as a character, but also the competence that you have in selling real estate. You want to be top of mind with these referral partners. And this is why it's important, because again, they're meeting with these people ahead of time. And when they're meeting with them, they can ask for you, and they can be your biggest supporters and your biggest referral partners, because you'll exchange referrals with them as well, right? But we've made, again, hundreds of thousands of dollars on commission sales on these type of referrals, and it's so important to make sure that you have a steady database of referral partners in there. And what's involved, again, is just doing some research, right? Finding out exactly who these people are, what they do, get them into your database, find out who's reputable, who's not. Again, go to coffee with them, set up a Zoom call with them. And that's really how you do it. And that's really how you actually get those people in there and build that relationship with them. So that's number 2. All right. Getting those referral partners in there. And again, to register for our event, it's resuccessworkshop.com. Links in the first link, comment below. You could sign up for that. All right, number 3, social media, huge. Social media is your database as well, right? Some people say, I don't have a lot of people, I don't know a lot of people. And then I look on their Facebook page and I have, 500 friends, 1,000 friends, 5,000 friends, whatever. And your database is so important, but also your social media is another form of your database. In doing Facebook activities and doing Instagram activities, doing those type of social media activities is a money-making event, right? And I'll give that to Alec Cheplack, who told me that not too long ago, that actually sitting there and spending a half hour, an hour going through and, adding friends and deleting people that are not your avatar and being able to reach out and comment and see what your database is doing is a money-making activity. I had lunch with an agent here a few hours ago who said to me that her database and her social media is where she gets all of her business from. So we're going to actually break that down and show you the exact cadence of what you need to do as far as how many posts you should be doing a day, what type of posts you should be doing, and actually giving you some examples of what that looks like. Over the last 28 days, I've had over 185 impressions and views on my social media, just on Facebook alone. And the engagement and the algorithm, just everything is just really firing up. And I'm going to share the exact strategy with you. But that's really what's involved, on social media, is just getting on there, getting the right post on there, and and doing it, right? And just spreading it around. Maybe a personal post, might be a business post, might be a testimonial post. But these are the things that are going to put you out there and get you in front of people. Because, at the end of the day, I always tell people, whether you like it or not, you're a public figure, right? As a real estate agent, you're a public figure. You have to be out there with people. What you do, people watch. And when people are looking up an agent that they want to work with, or they communicate with someone, they're going on social media and they're looking at your posts. So you have to make sure those posts have stuff on personality, because people do business who they know they can trust. You got to make sure that you're competent in what you're talking about, so you're educating the public on real estate, whether it be for a buyer or seller. And you have to have evidence of success, which is testimonials. People want to make sure that they're dealing with someone that's successful in the business, not someone that doesn't sell any business, right? So you have to show that and put that out there. And I know for some people it's hard, because you don't want to seem like you're bragging or you're putting all this stuff out there. But again, if you know that we're public figures, and if you want to hit your goals for real estate and you want to get more listings, you want to be top of mind, you got to make sure that you're leveraging social media properly. So that's how you do that. And again, we're going to go over all the different steps on our social media on this webinar on July 17th. Again, it's going to be at 10 o'clock. And to register for that, resuccessworkshop.com. All right, the fourth one. This is one of my favorites. It's pretty much what I'm doing right here. Instead of working with people, right, one-to-one, and this I'm talking about home seller workshops and seminars, you could do this as a webinar. You could do it in live in person. I like both of them. They both have great value doing one live or doing one through a webinar like we're doing now. But it really gives you an opportunity to speak to one-to-many versus one-to-one, right? When we go on a listing appointment, it's one-to-one. But when you're able to talk in a room full of 10, 15, 20 sellers, or go online and do it, now you're talking to one-to-many versus one-to-one. So you can leverage your time better. And why is it important? Because again, time is very valuable, right? And if you can reach these people, and it's all about timing and motivation, you don't know when they're going to be ready to pull the trigger. So you want to make sure that you're able to get them in the room, educate them. And again, people do business who they know, like, and trust. I'll say it 100 times. This is a great way for you to show and educate that consumer as to how you work, what's in it for them, and then how you can service them moving forward. But really what's involved in doing these seminars is that you just have to plan it. And we actually give you a step-by-step sheet of from picking the date to the venue to everything that needs to go down through, right up to the follow-up at the end of that seminar. And we've been running these now for years. I know this past year we've run a few of them. They've turned into multi-million-dollar home sales. We've also had some smaller workshops that we had in different areas. Depends on the location. But people love it. They love the education. And now by doing these seminars, the perception is that you are the expert. You are the authority. And in some cases, you're the celebrity, because you're the person that's putting it out there in front of everyone. And they're getting to know exactly what they need to do when selling their home. And they might be 2 or 3 years out, but they're getting the information now, going into your database, and then you can continue to be top of mind with them. So again, that's how you do it, and it's a great program. You guys will really love it, and I'm sure that a lot of you, once you see how easy it is to do, you'll end up implementing that. So again, sign up for the seminar that we're going to have, again, July 17th. That's on a Thursday at 10 a.m. resuccessworkshop.com. All right, I got 2 more for you here, and then we'll wrap things up here. But the next one is geographic farming. What is that? Are you going to buy a farm? What does that mean, right? When I first heard that, what is that? It's a direct mail campaign, right? I always tell people that, if you're in a certain area or you're in a certain community, why not start marketing to them, right? Don't get upset, because I had an agent say that to me one time. She's like, every time I drive through my neighborhood, there's always this sign and there's always that company and that company. And, no one's calling me. I says, well, what are you doing to market that? And she says, well, I'm not really doing anything. And I says, well, you're the secret agent. No one even knows that you're in real estate. For you to own that, you have to educate them. You have to be top of mind with them. And we have to come up with a campaign. So that campaign, I'm actually going to show you exactly how to penetrate. And I can get into any marketplace, doesn't matter where it is in a country, because it's worked in Dallas, it's worked in Milwaukee, it's worked in New Jersey, it's worked in Florida, it's worked in Calgary. Direct mail still works, right? People still go to that mailbox, and it has shelf life. People actually physically have it in their hand And if they know that, okay, I'm not looking to sell right now, but I might a year from now or 6 months from now or 2 months from now, they keep it and they call you. And I hear those stories every day. But why is important? I think that's the main thing is why is direct mail so important is because not everyone's on social media, right? Not everyone is, going and looking on social media or getting an email from someone. It just doesn't happen, right? Sometimes they're not even out there networking. So when they actually get something physically in their mailbox, especially I guess it's all populations, but I would say a lot of the population that is not online, that's a great way to reach them. And it shows. I saw the stats on NAR. What was the deciding factor on you picking an agent to list your home with, right? And believe it or not, 3 to 4% was the top percentage of they picked that agent because of the company they were with. 97% came from knowledge of the neighborhood. They were referred. Again, no like and trust, that type of thing, right? Like they were known in that community of giving them great information. So I'm gonna, share with you exactly what's involved with that. And there's a lot, not really a lot to be involved, but there's certain things. Like if you're just sending out just listed and just sold cards, just like every other agent is, you're not going to get the results that you want. You need to let them know who you are. You need to get a newsletter out to them, which we'll share with you as well. We'll give you my template, exactly how we send it out, but also going over the data. And we had some really, really good success over the last 6 months. A few different agents come to mind, but one I was talking to yesterday, she had she's done 7 mailings now with the flyer, 2-page flyer that we send out with stats and information, evidence of success, and so many other things that we spoke about, and I'll share with you. But she sent out 7 of these now over the last, say, almost 12 months, maybe 8 months. Already has 7 listings, again, closed, and probably another 5 that is looking to come on the market here in the next 6 months to a year based on those flyers that went out. That's it. That's only marketing that she's done. And as a result of that, she's been able to get that type of activity. So again, you get what you ask for, right? And if you want listings, you have to ask for it. If you want higher end listings, like my friend and coaching member Justin Croft out in Dallas, he wanted to do $1 million listings. I said, okay, what are you doing? He goes, nothing. I'm just waiting for the phone to ring and get referrals. I said, okay, well, that's not going to work. And I said, if you want $1 million listings, you have to market $1 million neighborhoods. So that's what we did. We put a whole RPR campaign together, which I'll share those letters with you. Actually, I'll share the exact letter that Justin used. He got it out. Took him a little bit of work to do. He got it together. And within 90 days, he closed on a $6 million listing as a result of it, right? $60,000 commission check that he got. He was very excited. I got a video that he sent to me, and it came from the letter that we sent out that he got as one of these direct marketing strategies. So I can go on and on. It's one of my favorite direct mail for sure because I know it works and we've been using it for a long time. But that's really what's involved in it. And how do you do it? We're going to break it down step by step. So again, July 17th is the seminar. It's at 10 a.m. Go to resuccessworkshop.com to register. Okay, and the last one on here, now this one will be brief. Paid online seller leads. What is it, right? What is these paid seller leads? Well, you guys all know Zillow and Realtor.com and Fast Experts and Dave Ramsey and all these different sites that are out there. So many people, right? It's so easy to get buyer leads, but a lot of these buyers have homes to sell, right? So these companies now, what they've done is they've been able to actually go after seller leads as well. So we'll talk a little bit about that as to why that's important, and why it is important is because, like I said, 97% of buyers go online before they even call an agent, right? If you're looking for a house down in Florida, you're probably going to go online and start looking, right? Homes in Florida, go on Google, right? Or you're going to go to Zillow, or you're going to go to Realtor.com. Well, they're capturing all that information. And that's why it's important, because you need to be where the consumer is, and they're online. So making sure that you get some type of online seller lead campaign going is going to be important. Even social media. We'll talk about that as well. Some of the different posts that you can do. Because again, you get what you ask for. And most agents don't ask for business on Facebook. They don't say, hey, attention sellers, if you want to find out what the value of your home, click here. I don't see those posts. We're going to share those posts with you on July 17th at 10 a.m. But really what's involved is just doing some research. There's a lot of different ones that are out there. We'll give you some of them that you can go and research exactly what those online companies are, what they charge. Some charge a fee up front where you pay for the lead and don't pay a referral fee. And then some just give you the lead and you have to pay them a referral fee. I prefer paying for the lead and not giving them a referral fee, but sometimes that's not an option. But that's really how you do it. That's how you really break it down on those. So we're going to go over that as well. So again, the website to sign up for the seminar that's coming up next Thursday, July 17th. We're going to go break it all down. I'm going to go over the database. I'm going to give you all that information, all the stuff on the referral partners that I talked about, the social media, and a lot of different examples of that. Home seller workshop, we're going to give you the whole plan for that, whether it be a webinar or in person. Geographic farming, I'm actually going to share the flyer and the templates. I'm going to share the buyer letters. I'm going to share the letter that my good friend out in Dallas, who by the way is the number 2 or 3 Berkshire Hathaway agent in all of Dallas Fort Worth for Berkshire Hathaway. He crushes it, right? And this is one of his strategies that he uses to get high-end listings. And then we'll go over the last one on here is the online seller lead. So, and then when we're done with all of that, and when we give you all that information that you're able to take and implement into your business, you're also getting a special bonus, which is the 90-day plan, where I actually break down what are the activities you need to be doing each and every day, every week, every month, every quarter, so that at the end of 90 days, you have a really good jump start into your next 90 days. Because, and why we did a 90 days, because let's face it, our business is on a 60 to 90 day cycle, right? We get a lead today, and if we can get them to under contract in the next 30 days and they close in 60 days, we don't get paid for 90 days out. But the activities that you do today, right? So if today is July 10th, the activities that you do today is what's going to pay your mortgage come September and October, right? So at the end of this seminar, I'm going to actually give you the 90-day plan of all the activities that you need to do so that come fall, and even better, if you have a great fall and a really great finish to the year, it's going to give you a head start going into 2026. So just following these activities are already proven, because I have a lot of our coaching members that follow the exact plan, and their business has grown tremendously, 300%, 400% year over year. And it's because of these activities that they're doing each and every day. So sign up. Again, it's free to do, nothing to buy. Go on to this site. Again, it's resuccessworkshop.com. And again, sign up, register. We'll send you the link, and we'll see you then. Any questions, let me know. Feel free to reach out to me at any time. Thank you guys very much for watching this Facebook Live, and we'll see you on the 17th. Thanks.